there, it's Nicole for Lawn Fawn, and today I have some vellum and reindeer goodie bags. These are cute little goodie bags made with the goodie bag die, and I die cut them from some vellum and then added a stitched circle tag stamped with the Toboggan Together reindeer and then a little to and from on the back to finish them off. And these are perfect for tucking in a gift card or small little gifts, maybe little lip glosses or other small makeup items, other little things for kids, maybe little toys or little cars, just great for little gifts. I love the goodie bag die, and I thought it would be fun to try to create my own kind of see-through gift bags. I love the ones that you can buy at the store that have that kind of look, and then you can see the tissue paper and things through the bag. And so this was my attempt at trying that, and I was really happy with how these turned out. One thing to keep in mind is you want to use a good quality weight vellum. This is 40-pound weight vellum, so it's going to stand up to being folded up into a bag much better than a lightweight vellum would. Each bag is going to require 2 die cuts of the machine. I did make 3 of these bags, so I die cut the goodie bag 6 times from vellum. I am going to mask off a little bit here and add some decoration to these vellum gift bags. Instead of leaving them plain, I love the look of white on vellum, whether it's white embossing or white stamping. The thing with embossing is it can kind of warp the paper, and with these goodie bags I didn't want to do that. So I chose to use a little white StazOn ink instead with the Snowy Backdrops border die, and I'm just going to stamp that a couple times to cover the front and back of each bag. I didn't bother with stamping the sides because those kind of fold in a little bit. You don't really see those as much, and you just really don't need it. So I'll go ahead and stamp both the front and back panels of the goodie bag with this border stamp and the white StazOn ink. White StazOn ink is going to not smear. It dries super fast and it works on things like acetate and vellum, any non-porous surface. Other white inks or other inks are going to smear on the vellum if you don't heat set them with embossing powder or something like that. And so that's why I chose to use the StazOn ink. Now there are score lines already on the goodie bag. They are a little bit hard to see with the vellum here. I'm using a Teflon bone folder to fold those little tabs there in place, and then the crease that's going to be the side of the bag, as well as folding that bottom panel on the bag. This is how you put the bag together. Those little tabs on the side are where I'm going to be placing some adhesive. Go ahead and just fold all of those little pieces here. Get nice creases before you go ahead and assemble the bag. To put the bag together, I am going to use some double-sided adhesive tape. I found that the ThermaWeb 1/4 inch double-sided adhesive tape works perfectly on those little sides there. So I will go ahead and place that along all 4 of these tabs. And then I'll place a little piece along the bottom of the bag as well. That will secure one of the bottom panels to the other one to hold it together. So you can see how it's going to look. You can see that little tab, obviously, since this is vellum, but you can with the store-bought ones as well. And I found that it didn't bother me as much as I thought it would. I originally did one of these, just kind of a trial and error to see if I liked it, and I did, so I went ahead and made the other 2. So I'll just press that adhesive tape in place, pull the backing paper off. I like to assemble each side. Make sure you get it lined up really good before you press it in place. And then I'll take the 2 halves of the bag and place them together. So go ahead and remove the backing paper from all the other pieces. Then you're just going to kind of slip one bag right there into the other and secure those little tabs to each side. Make sure it's lined up good, and then I kind of press it together to make sure it's nice and secure. And then that bottom panel there, that's where I realized I really needed a little adhesive down there as well. So I'll take just another little piece, little strip, kind of just lift that up, tuck that in place, pull off my backing paper, and then press that bottom, or those two bottom pieces together. So that is how the vellum goodie bag is die cut and stamped and assembled. Next, I'm going to take the middle sized stitched circle tag die from Lawn Fawn, and I'm going to die cut this 6 times. I need 6 of them because I'm going to adhere them back to back. I'm doing a little Copic coloring on both the front and the back of the tags, and because it will bleed through the paper, you want to use 2 tags. It's also going to make your tags much, much sturdier. I'm going to start with the reindeer first from the Toboggan Together stamp set. I will stamp the standing reindeer on each one of these tags. You could definitely use any type of little critter or image that you want to that fits the size of tag. I love this middle-sized stitched circle tag. It fits the goodie bag perfectly. It hangs there really nice. It's not too big, not too small. I'm using some Memento Tuxedo Black ink to stamp these images so I can do a little Copic coloring. I'll go ahead and stamp the To and From the Winter Tags stamp set on the 3 remaining white tags. I'll go ahead and just use that Memento Tuxedo Black ink because I already had it out. And also from this stamp set, the little holly image I will stamp along the bottom of each tag, and I'll color that in with Copic markers as well. Adds just a little touch of color and fun to the back of the tag. I'm going to start coloring in the reindeer first. I'm using E40 for my lightest color, and then I'll use E43 and E44. Those are going to be the 3 main colors for the reindeer. I kept the coloring pretty simple just to get these little goodie bags put together as fast as possible. So the lighter area on the part of the face with the eye, that's the E40, and the underside of the tail. Then the base color for the rest of the body of the reindeer is E43. And then the accent color, or my darkest color, is E44. I will pull in a little E49 as well to darken up a few of those areas. I'll use a little E49 for the hooves and the antlers, R00 for the cheek, and again just kind of go over those areas with E40 to blend them out if it's a little too dark. I went back in with E44 to darken up just a couple of those places along the top of the head and underneath where the head meets the body, and again blend it out with E43. It wasn't getting quite as much shading and shadowing as I wanted, so I did end up going back in with E49 and adding just tiny touches of E49 here and there. You wouldn't have to blend them out if you don't go with too heavy of a hand, but if you do, which I did in a couple places, you'll want to blend that out with the E44. I finished each of the reindeer with a red pearl gemstone to make it Rudolph for each of these tags. I liked the little touch of red where there's not a whole lot of red going on, but I knew I wanted to add red tissue paper to really show up in the vellum gift bags. So I added the red nose to all of the reindeers. And then I colored in the holly berries with R29 and then the leaves with YG 95 and 97. Very quick coloring here. Just enough to add a little punch of color to the back of the tags. Then I'm going to adhere these back to back with some adhesive. So I'll adhere one of the reindeer tags to the To From tag. And that's going to finish these up. Next, I'm going to attach all of these tags to the gift bag using a little Lawn Trimmings Red Sparkle Twine. This is a great white and red sparkly twine. And here's my red tissue paper in each of the bags, trying to get it in there so that it looks kind of natural, since there isn't actually a gift in there yet. I'll thread that twine through the top of each tag and then thread through some silver jingle bells. I'll secure those with a little knot then, and then add some white chenille trim that I've had forever. I believe it's from Stampin' Up. You could add any kind of trim. I just kind of like the texture. I was going for something that had a lot more texture for the bigger bow on these goodie bags. Thread that through. Then you just kind of want to maybe tie it in a knot to secure those. There. I'll tie it on the other side too, just to keep those in place. I like the texture of the jingle bells as well. They jingle, of course, and just add a really fun, festive feel to the goodie bags. I'm going to take both of those ends and knot them then. Trim off any of the excess. And here's that chenille trim I was talking about. I'm going to just loop it through one side of the goodie bag, tie it in a bow, thread on my little tag, and that is going to be it for my vellum and reindeer goodie bags. Thanks for watching this video showcasing Lawn Fawn stamps and dies used to create some festive holiday goodie bags. Please be sure to check out the Lawn Fawn blog for more information on this project. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.